Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 19 here in Boulder Canyon. I am just going to get this bad boy started up again. I'm going to drive just up the side here so that we can give ourselves a little bit more room on this end. I'm not sure that it's really going to be beneficial because I think that we're going to need quite a lot of space, more so than we're actually going to be able to clear ourselves. But it might help us a little bit, and I should probably keep going so that I can actually bale everything up on there, like that. And then what I will do is reverse up round like this, there. And then bring that one back down again. So we'll start that up. And mostly what I want to do now is just kind of hold it back a bit, because otherwise we're going to race down the hill. It is pretty good at doing that. Like, accurately representing the weight of the machine pushing you down the hill. I've noticed, well, sometimes it will do that. It doesn't seem to do it on everything, but I have noticed it's a lot better at doing it in this version than it was in previous versions of the game, and I'm quite pleased to see that. I do definitely like that. That is one little bit that I do actually like of it. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to bring this one over here. Something like that. It's I'm not quite sure of the angle of it. It wants to angle over that way a little bit more, I think. So we want to go up there. Something like that, I think, maybe? There. So if I press H on there and I just let it go, yes, that's about right, that is, and it will go over to there, and then it will stop. That's in line with the crop over there as well. And now he will do a turn, and then he'll start going back the other way. I'm not quite sure how far back the other way it's going to go. Because of the baler, it doesn't reverse, which is absolutely brilliant. That's what we want. But how much is it actually going to do here? Is it going to go right to the end of the grass? It is. Oh, that's brilliant. Right, it goes right to the end of... Helper I has completed their task, apparently. Apparently they're not going to do any more than that. They're just going to get to there and give up. Because it's just too much like hard work to do anything more than that. I suspect that this little dog leg here is just a little bit too much for it to cope with. So we'll try that again. We'll drop it there. We'll let it run through. It will get out to this end. It's going to leave a little tiny patch of grass there. Irritatingly, I might add. If it had gone forward just another few millimeters, it probably would have been alright. But we can overlook. We can overlook. Come out round, straighten up, and go again. Is it going to just give up once more once it reaches the other side? Or is it this time going to actually lift up and turn around? He's lifted up there, and he's coming up this far. Now what's he doing? Now he's going to rotate round. I don't imagine that it's going to reverse, is it? No, it's not. But at least it is still moving. It is still doing it now. It's coming out this... Okay, why is he stopping way back there? I checked it down this side. Oh, wait a minute. I checked it down this side for stumps. I used the... but there's a stump right there. That's why. See that stump right there? That's what caused it to do that. It's one out off the side of the grass that we missed when we were supposed to be doing our stump grinding. And then this side you'd expect it to leave some because of the fence over there. Alright, so far so good. So far it does actually seem to be working reasonably well. And yeah, we have had some bits left behind. This little dogleg bit down here, I am wondering if it's entirely worth it. I mean, when we're not doing the crop like this, then yes, it will make a difference to it. And also it would have made a difference if I'd cleared that stump over there. It would have been doing all of this. So yes, so far the test is working. It's doing kind of what we were hoping for. And then as soon as we're going along the longer runs along the field over there, I will which I suspect might be the next pass. Look, see, at the moment it's hardly doing anything. It's only going up a little tiny bit there. As soon as we're doing the longer runs, we'll go and get the combine and we get that one started doing the harvest down there. I suspect it will now go right to the end of this particular row. We'll get down to about there, and then it will drive up to the end. Is it going to do it? Nope, it's still not going to. That one stump is actually enough to cause it to... Ah, that's why. If it went out further, that stump would still be in the way. It's giving itself a lot of leeway for, like, doing its turns. And now what are we going to get over here? Is it going to keep going like this? Because at the moment, like, we've got this great big strip all the way up through. Now, though, that's a lot more like it. And it's leaving a lot of the field as well. There's a big chunk of the field that is leaving on the lower side here. I kind of want to go back now. Just do this one row here. Let it get right to the end of the row. But then lift out and go back down over there. You know what? I'm tempted to even stop right here. And jump down to the very lower side of the field right there. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to go down to here. Like this. We drop down as low as we can go. How low can you go? Right. Bring it down here like this. And I'm just going to go kind of about there. And it's just going to sort of skim the very edge of it like that. Which is enough. It's grabbing it. It's just in case that it's not entirely lined up straight. And that should then drive most of the way along. It's not going to get all the way along to the other end, though, is it? I'm wondering if I should go back and make it sort of do a pass going this way. Just to tidy that up. Because I don't think it's going to drive right down to the other end of the field in order to sort of clean itself up. What's it going to do when it comes to do the turn right here? This is a bit I'm curious about, is what is it going to do when it comes to do this turn? Because there's stumps in the way, so it's not going to be able to turn properly to come back up again. And right, it's not liking that at the moment. So what I'll do is I will manually just do that bit, and then I will turn it round far enough that we can just get this bit here. I'm thinking along this bottom end it would have been a good idea to like do a little bit extra when we were doing our first rounds, right? Because I've only done like one pass on here. No, I did do two passes. It's just that I only did like one pass in the actual field itself. If I bring it to about there, I think that seems to be about right. Yes, perfect. That'll run along there, and then it should, in theory, go pretty much the full length of the field now. It's leaving quite a bit there, but again, that's all right. It's these bits here are actually all right. I'm quite okay with them running along like this, and then just leaving a few little bits like that. It's there's a few bits there. I'm also okay with it only taking like half a width each time instead of having to go a full width. If that's what it needs to do in order to be able to do this job properly, then so be it. We're quite happy for it to do that. Keep running on through. We'll see how far he gets now. He's getting most of the way down across. We've dropped off one bale, and we're getting to here. Oh. Right, he's stopping down here. How far is he going to go before he actually does his turn round? Yeah, this is why I needed to do like an extra pass on the field, because of like leaving a little bit like this. But then again, that is another thing that I'm just fine with. That's not going to hurt anything. And my problem here is that I think when I get back up to this little strip that I've actually cut through here, it's not going to do it right. It's going to stop at that strip because it looks like it's almost an exact mower width. So he's not going to go right the way across the field doing it. He's going to stop part way, and that isn't convenient. But so long as it keeps running, we'll have lots of bales from all of this, and that's absolutely fine. Right? We want lots of bales. There's a few messy bits down the other end of the field. That we're okay with. We can cope with that. That's not going to cause us any major hardships. Down this end of the field, we could perhaps have done with another pass up and down the field so that we could properly get round all of these trees. We will wait and see. Not quite sure how many passes. This is the bit right here. We get through on this, and this bit right here. Is it going to stop and lift out? Is it going to try and turn around here, or is it going to keep going right up to the other end of the field in order to turn round? Or is it going to drop down again and pick up a bit on the lower side of the tractor? You know, it could do anything. So can you get up to there? No, it's... Oh, he is. He's only just... He's just sort of touching it a little tiny bit there, and now he's going to lift out again. Is he going to drop in again? No, he's still going. He's still going all the way up to the other... At least we are now going to be doing a full width of the field. I like that we're now going to be doing a full width of the field. He's going to drop in there. Okay, this is really good. Almost a full width of the field. And the bale is moving. That's like the worst possible place to go and drop a bale. It's right on the turn. That is the worst possible place that you could put it. And if we have any issues with bales dropping in the wrong place, it will be out on the turns. Right, the rest of it, the bales will be absolutely fine. So he's baling along now. He's doing a wonderful job. And this bale, despite having been moving around quite a bit on the bale chute just now, it does seem to be sticking rather remarkably. And there we go. It's falling downhill. So this is why you've got to take it from the lower side. But anyway, that is now working. We're doing full lengths of the field, and it's doing a beautiful job with it as well. So while that one is underway, I'm going to jump down here into this combine. I'm going to lift that bad boy up a minute, like that, and I'm going to get going out in the field. We're going to be wanting to chop the straw this time, which is that option here somewhere. No, we're not wanting to chop the straw. We're not wanting to chop the straw. We're wanting to leave the straw on the ground so that we can use it for our animals. I want to change over to that one. I want to open up the grain tank, and then I want to go Control H like that. So going round the field in a circle, and then I want to press H. And I want to get started on this. It's already read the field. And you are not supposed to be doing that. I thought that wasn't chopping it. Of course it's chopping it. It's lifted it up, isn't it? Why I thought that it was set default for... Of course we had wheat last time. For some reason I thought we had beans last time, which is why I thought that it was going to do it. And now he's confusing himself. Just go into the field. Just drive into the field. This, I tell you what, sometimes it does the most bizarre things when you come out onto a corner. Right, it really does. Like, why not just drive around the corner? Yeah? It's not going to kill you to drive around the corner. You know, you do have a steering wheel that you can use. That's the whole point of the AI vehicle extensions. It's supposed to go around the corners. So it gets particularly frustrating when it refuses to go around the corners. Now, oats are going to fill up at a fairly reasonable rate. And that reasonable rate is... I mean, it's slower than wheat or anything like that. So it is going to take it a minute or two for it to fill the tank up. So while it's doing that, we can jump back over here and we can take another look at this one hard at work on the field. And we've got a nice strip of grass already done. And I'll tell you what. Right, I was expecting it to take a while to do the field. But considering how much of the field that we've got to do in here, right, there is a lot of field that we've got to do, isn't there? There is a lot of field that needs to be done. But it does actually seem to be coming along. at a fairly reasonable rate. Like, we are getting through this pretty quickly, and we've only done a few passes. Like, there's quite a wide section of field there has been done, and it's driving along at a good speed as well. That's the great thing about it, is that we do have a decent bit of speed as we go racing along the field, which is actually helping us out quite a lot. And I've realized that that is on the wrong unit. It should be on miles on there. But yeah, it's 12 miles an hour it's going along the field, and it's not slowing down either, because we're not going up and down the hill. It's not having that whole issue with slowing down. It's just racing across the field on each pass, taking another little swath as it goes through and baling it all up industriously. I'm really liking this. So we will go and get our tractor and trailer ready so that we can go chasing after this combine. That was one thing that I didn't actually want for it to do, and that's probably why it was having trouble trying to straighten up down over there, because he's turned round and he's going back up here again. So I will, once it gets to the top of the field, I'll let it turn round. Yeah, that one. I had that one there. It was that one there that I had. That was in the wrong place. So we need to change that. I mean, I could probably get away with just doing the field like this all the way through, but I don't want to. So I will leave that one going as he is for a minute. Wait, why is my... Oh, because I reset that one, I think. That's why this one's now in a different position in the queue. If you reset one of them, it changes its position in the queue. Because this one, the case in the combine, where all three of them were together in the queue, which made life very easy for me. But because I've reset the truck again to the shop, it then changed the position in the queue of the others. Which is a little bit of a nuisance, but never mind. Okay, we will bring you out over this side. The combine is turned around again. As soon as that combine is heading down across the field, I'm going to go back and I'm going to change the AI so that it's circling around the field, so that it does 3 or 4 times around the field. So we'll go back over to the combine. I went the wrong way with that. And we'll go into here, and then I'll change that one there. Straight normal worker. No, I want that one. I want it going around in a circle like that. That's what I want. And then I will go to this one again. As we're running down this long straight... Look, see there where he went to straighten up and do straight lines like a normal worker? I don't know where he was going exactly for straight lines like a normal... Well, actually, yeah, he'd sort of go more over that way, I guess. It's, we're diagonal... We go diagonal over the fields with this as it is at the minute, which is a little bit strange. Like, the fields are straight, but we're going diagonal on the map. When you look at the workers working away on the field, they're actually doing diagonal passes on the map, which is, it's slightly weird, just when you look at it on the map. But, I mean, if you ignore that bit, it doesn't really make any difference. Now, what I was thinking to do is just follow the combine down to this corner and then stop. Actually, I'm not going to go any further than that. I'll wait here, because then the combine's got room to do its turning and maneuvering and stuff like that. And we are going to go and get this tractor, and we're going to immediately put the... It's so weird, the silence. It's every single time, it's weird. Right? There is no exception. Every time it is weird when I get this tractor going. So I'm going to go and start wrapping some of these bales, because we're going to get quite a few bales. I'm thinking I will probably leave picking the bales up until the very end, and so that we get to pick all of the bales up all at once. I'm going to start with, I think, go right down the other end and up to the top corner and wrap all the bales that we've got up there. Then we'll come back and we'll start working on the ones on the slope over here. I've also got those ones down in the yard. I'll come back and do the ones in the yard as well. I haven't forgotten them. I did forget about them to start with. I completely forgot they were there at all. But I haven't forgotten them completely. I will go back and I will get them in a minute. It's quite cool watching that bounce along the field. It's got to be said. I am... Not this one here. This one is... You know, it's... Okay, that I wasn't really expecting. the whole catapulting bale. I know it does happen from time to time, but honestly I wasn't actually expecting that. So what I'll do is I will unfold and I will go and grab that one, because that one is going to cause us a bit of a problem next time on the next pass. Fortunately, I have the means to sort that problem out. So we'll just try and bring ourselves up the hill a little bit like this. Have to bring the tractor up like that. There. Just kind of wiggle it up a little bit to a time, so that it can actually get up the hill. And we get into here, like that. And then I will turn round. And yes, I'm driving on the grown grass over here, which is not what you want to be doing. You absolutely do not want to be driving on the grass. And I'm going to take this one. I'm going to carry this bale with me. We're going to go right up over to the ones up in that top corner up there, so that we don't drop this bale somewhere that would be inconvenient and right in the way of everybody else. And once we get up there, we can drop this one off. We can wrap up. There's at least 4 bales over there. And then we can get down to that corner and wrap up. Well, there was only one that we left down there, wasn't there? And we can wrap that one up, and then we can start working our way along the field and just sort of picking up the bales as they're dropped. I'd like to stay fairly well on top of doing the bales. I mean, I'm not going to just sit there waiting. We can always go back to the tree harvester and harvest a few trees if we're really looking for something to do. And we want to keep all of this running efficiently. It's what I'm curious about is how well the tractor and baler are going to do compared with the combine running and a few of the other bits running as well. Because at the moment, I'm thinking that the tractor and the baler are going to be taking a lot longer than that combine is going to take. And it's sort of going. We're going to be held up by it. And I know that a few other people are sort of thinking along those lines as well, that it's going to end up being the bit that is going to hold us all up, is waiting for that tractor, because of how long it's going to take to bale and to mow and bale all of the land that we've got to do. Right? It's a big old field that we've got now, so you'd kind of expect it to take a really long time. But I don't know. We'll see how it's doing. At the moment, it does seem to be doing reasonably well. Now, I probably don't want to shove things around with this wrapper quite like that. It's not necessarily the best thing to do with the wrapper, but I'm sure it'll be fine. I've got complete and total faith in the engineering of this Deutz Fahr right here. Solid German engineering right here. And I'm hoping that that will stand the test of time, and also the test of my abuse, which is probably a little bit more dangerous for it than the test of time itself. My own personal handling of it is probably the most threatening thing for this particular little Deutz Fahr machine that we've got running right here. I'm going to... Is that bale going to be alright? That bale is going to be just fine. I'm going to come over here, because right here we're not in the way of anything. If I drop the bale there, and I'm going to get that bale, and then I'm going to waltz my way on down over here. The combine is currently only 48% full. Wow. Okay, I didn't expect it to be able to do a complete run around the field without filling up. Although it was wheat that we did last, wasn't it? So that's, obviously that does take a lot more. That does use up a lot more. Like the wheat is one of the highest capacity cereals. I think wheat is actually a slightly higher capacity cereal, a higher yield cereal for volume, than the barley is. I think that barley comes in slightly lower with the game. I don't know, though. It might be that they're both the same. I know in real life, wheat does give a slightly higher yield per acre than barley does. I mean, yes, it does depend on variety. Some varieties are going to give you a much higher yield than others, so you could have some varieties of barley giving more variety than some varieties of wheat, but generally speaking, they are wheat gives more than barley. Generally speaking, you will get more out of wheat than you will out of barley. What do you want at the moment? 60%. I can leave you going. I'll go down. We'll work our way across and we'll take these, and then we want to head down into the yard and we want to get the ones down there as well. I go whizzing back up here, having just walloped the end of that Deutz once more. This poor Deutz-Fahr wrapper is really, really going to take a severe pounding from me over the next couple of days, I think, with the way that I'm going to be picking up these bales. It's definitely not the way that it should be done. See, we can look down there and you can see where he's driving out and then swinging round. And he's nowhere near the bale that we dropped off over there. So he's absolutely fine. He's not going to cause any problems with that one whatsoever. Now we'll come over here. We'll go and get that bale that's down over there next. That'll be the next one to go for. And then we can head down into the yard and we can get the ones down in the yard. Wrap those up, not bale them up, wrap them up, and then we can drag the wrapper back up here onto the hill, and we're then able to start working on these bales. We're not going to get any of these bales just yet. We'll leave them to accumulate a bit. We've sort of done a wrapping session now, so we don't need to go and do any more for a bit, just until that one has gone and baled up several more bales, and then that'll give us time to go and empty out that combine, because it's on 75% already. And then we can jump into the woodcutter. I'm tempted to go... Well, I suppose that one doesn't matter just at the minute. We will come back and deal with that one. It bugs me that I actually left that one behind. I completely missed. That was one... I genuinely missed that. I thought I'd picked up all of the stumps. So I'm a little bit annoyed that I did actually miss that one. If I can get these 4 wrapped, then we can jump into the tractor and we can go and get the oats done, and then our next job we will jump onto the tree harvester and do a little bit of tree harvesting, and that way we are keeping everything running. Everything is moving. The bales are still going, the combine is still going, and we're sort of maximizing our efficiencies right the way across the board. We're not sitting around and waiting for things, but also if you only have like a couple of bales on the ground, you're forever running up and down the field to try and get the next bale that has just been done. And that is equally inefficient. That is equally inefficient. You don't really want to be doing that. I am going to wait until this one is wrapped and then I can drop it out. Then I will jump into the other Deutz. Well, we're not in this Deutz, so are we technically? We're using the Deutz, but we're not in it. So we'll jump into the Deutz that we've got. I'm going to shut you off there, and I'm going to jump into the Deutz. Well, we can just check the baler. Baler's doing great. Drop that one down there. And we can come down over here. You're doing great as well, and you're the one that I want. And I can go for a little run. Okay. Going to go scooting on all the way up round the field, and then I will unload that combine. I will take everything that I can from it. And as soon as I've got everything that I can get from the combine, I will take that over and we will tip it into the pit. And then we will come racing back here. Actually, we're not going to be able to take everything the combine is holding. It's got 6,000 litres on board, and I can't fit all of that in the trailer. So I will run up here and get everything that I can get into the trailer, and then we will follow the combine again after we've unloaded, and get a little bit more besides. So if I come into here, hopefully that spout, there we go, spout is already coming out. It's ready and waiting for us. Oh, he's got the wrong setting on. Or has he? He shouldn't be stopping to unload. He's not. It was because he was out on the corner, that's why. He was out on the corner, which is why he was doing it like that. And I'll bring that over to here. So the combine's got plenty of space now, and then once he gets to the corner, he will stop until he's turned round. So rather than waiting for it to do anything, we'll empty this lot out, and then we can go and get more besides. So tip that lot out there, like that. And then I can spin round again, and I can go and sit back beside the combine and run out the next lot. That's all empty there. And get that bit done. Then the combine can run around the field a few more times, a few more passes, get us some more grain on board, and then we'll be able to go and get some more of that. Tell you what, I'm going to have to let it do that bit first. We're not going to have room to sit beside the combine as we go up inside this rock. Looks like the combine didn't even have room to do it itself. Got stuck up against that rock. It just sort of nudged it a little bit. It didn't get like completely stuck, but it definitely touched it there. Definitely nudged it as it went round that corner and put a great big scratch down the side of our header. I'm not very happy about that. Not very happy. We got this dirty great big scratch down the side of our header now, and that's not the way to behave, right? You know, we have standards. We don't want scratches down the sides of our machinery. We have got very high standards, and we expect to maintain them at all times. What are you doing? Why would you ram sideways straight into me here? I mean, honestly, what did that gain you? It didn't gain you anything, did it? Anyway, I've run out of time, so I'm going to bring you over onto there, and I'm going to start tipping you out. I'm going to not go to that one for a minute. We're just going to follow this one along the field, and we're going to say fairly well. So if you've enjoyed this episode, then please head down below and give us a like, and if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.